What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode. It's been a while, guys. I understand. I think we've done like one video in, I don't know, 6 months or something like that. So it's obviously been a while. I want to try to catch you guys up, and more importantly, I really want to get caught up with all of this YouTube stuff because I love making these type of videos. We did make some improvements to the sneaker room. We did do these crystal clear sneaker cases. We got some down here on the bottom as well with LEDs. Obviously, we have new shoes, some of the latest heat, which is really nice. And then we did get some items that we just always wanted, like these strawberry dunks right here, which I don't think I would ever wear, but at the same time, I just love the attention to detail. I mean, just take a look at these things. We do have some of the newer stuff, obviously, like the Almamineer 4s. In fact, we do have another pickup here. This is the Mean Green Dunks. I've always wanted this shoe. It's really expensive. I don't think it's really worth the price tag per se. Of course, I did have to get some of the designer pieces too. We did get the Gucci boots here, which I think these are really something else. I like how these make me 6 foot tall because I'm really 5'9". These are the North Face Gucci slides, which I got these recently. But one thing about these that are different than other Gucci slides is that they do have padding on the forefoot here, which is really good because no other Gucci slide has that. That makes these really comfortable. They are kind of heavy though. I did get some other Grell pieces for myself, like the Yeezy orange slide. I had to go 2 full sizes up in these. These are a size 14. Of course, we have these Syracuse, the Kentucky Dunks. Both of these are DS because, again, like I said, I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. Lost and founds. Like everyone else, the shoe has been reviewed 20,000 times over. I love it. But let's take a seat, get comfortable, because we do have a few things to talk about. One of which is, let me fix this lighting though real quick. Oh, and I almost forgot, we did get a new office chair. We got a custom built Herman Miller Cosm, which looks absolutely phenomenal, guys. Just take a look at this thing. The build quality is superb. You got the adjustable arms here. The only other adjustment is to go up and down. That's it. Price tag on this baby was pretty expensive. Looking at about $2,000 or maybe a little bit more on this. So very nice piece for the office. I feel like it finally completed the way this office looks. On the nano leaves, we did put the black skins on these. These actually come off. They're still white underneath, as you can see here, but then you just have these little skins that you can put on or off. Just figured I'd change it up for a little bit just because I thought it looked cool. So it's obviously been a while. And all that being said, I really don't even know where to begin with this. But we do have a couple topics that I do want to talk about first. I want to talk about some of the more rare heat that we've got lately, which is these, the CPFMs. And I really want to deep dive into StockX and what my thoughts are of them right now, because they are literally passing used shoes and passing fake Supreme box logos. I've seen it firsthand. I really want to get into this. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. But first, let's go and talk about these CPFM dunks. So first of all, guys, I did get 2 pairs of these. I got a size 13 here that I paid $500 for. These actually I bought the morning of the drop. I wasn't sure what these were going to go for. I thought they were going to go for more. Last I looked on StockX, these things are like $420 with fees in the size 13. And of course, we did get my personal size here, which is a 12.5. I do want to speak on sizing real quick. These are going to be, for some people, true to size. For me, I went a half size up and they are the perfect fit. I had no idea that I was going to win this raffle, and I was really just basing the sizing off of the original Flea 1, which they have corrected the sizing on these. So whatever your true to size is, get that, or a half size up here for a little bit wide footed, or you want the extra the space. Even though I have 2 pairs of these, I want to keep 1 pair on display without having been modified at all. My next video, I plan to shave these down. I probably will shoot that tomorrow, to be honest. I'm not sure when I'm going to release the video, but I want to shave these down, and I want to put a picture here on the screen of the outcome that I'm looking to achieve. Shave down with a white Nike swoosh. I think that makes these very wearable. They just look like a normal green shoe at that point, to me anyway. Let's shave it down next video, get some impressions, see what your thoughts are. And then of course the Almamineer 4s, which in my opinion, out of the 4, this was the #1 best. Now I do have the 1s, 3s, and 4s. The 4 is is just my favorite, but I had to swap out the laces. These laces are actually from the Jordan 1 Alma Veneer, and I think it just makes the shoe look overall better. I'm not a big fan of lace swaps. I just have never done it. I've never cared for it. In this particular shoe, it works, and I think it works really well. So let's get into some of the nitty gritty here, and that is with StockX. So there's some details that I don't want to completely give out, but I just want to say that I have a friend who I've observed testing of some of these items to see what would pass and what wouldn't pass. As you guys know, StockX has always been a topic of discussion with people worrying they're getting fakes. So we kind of wanted to put it to the test. We wanted to see if a used pair of shoes would pass. We wanted to see if a used pair of clothing would pass, and a straight from China box logo Supreme hoodie would pass. And I'm afraid all three of them did pass. So I'll explain what I can. The first item that I observed tested was a pair of foam runners. Now, this pair of foam runners was actually modified. This pair was actually thrown in the dryer. They wanted to wear the shoe, but they couldn't. And because of this, there's a method on Reddit that people talk about where you can actually put a foam runner in a dryer, heat it up for several minutes, put it on feet with 2 or 3 socks, and that will expand the foam runner to make it more comfortable. That way, when it basically cools down, you can take those extra socks off and it's a perfect size fit. Well, I observed this happening. I observed the person walking around the house for like 2 days in these things, and they look clean. I mean, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it was obvious they had been stretched out, and the hole opening where your foot goes through, like this whole opening here, it didn't look like this. It looked like this. It was just hysterical. Just imagine opening up a box of foam runners and the foot looking like this. We basically watched it go to StockX and it passed. And part of me was like, okay, well, maybe it's because there really wasn't any visible signs of dirt on the soles, that sort of thing, and maybe the stretching, they just didn't think anything about it. Next item that was up on the list was a Travis Scott Astro World hoodie that had clearly been worn. Like, no question about it, this thing had been worn. The person that I spoke to said they had worn it probably 5 times, a total of maybe 15-20 hours, and it was pretty obvious. Like, it had dust on it, it had crumbs. This person literally kind of cleaned it up with a lint roller, sent it into StockX, and this item was truly questionable. I didn't think it was going to pass. You know what? It passed. Another item that ended up being used, passing their authentication center. But the worst of the worst was about to come, and that's when I observed someone purchasing a hoodie from Taobao, of all places, and due to YouTube constrictions, I can't actually name the seller, but it was purchased directly from Taobao. It was a Supreme box logo hoodie that ended up getting delivered, which took 2 or 3 weeks to come in. This person was observed selling it, and I thought the box logo looked great. It looks like a lot of the ones that I have. I have 2 or 3 from China. In fact, I made a whole video on this, I want to say almost 2 years ago. They sent the box logo in. I didn't think it was going to pass. I really didn't, because even though to me it looked amazing, and you know what, it passed. I just was like, this is insane. This is at this point, it's a loop, guys, because now that I think about it, this person or people out there can literally just buy these box logos directly from Taobao and get them imported from China and just sell them. Just flip them, just send them right through StockX, and knowing they're gonna pass. This is a huge deal because these box logos from China cost about $50 or $60 shipped to get them here to America. And considering you can sell these for $300 or $400 through their website, through their app, and know they're gonna pass, you're gonna make 5-6 times your money after fees. This is a big problem. And it's not only just the box logos, it's shoes. Like, just take a look at the Mochas. For one of the most heavily fake shoes to ever pass through StockX, and people made tons of money, hundreds if not thousands, could be tens of thousands. I don't know, but just after seeing something on a small level, see how it passed and went through, it just makes me think, okay, there's people out there that are doing this with hundreds of items at one time, and knowing that their success rate is very high. This is a business in itself. You really have to be on your toes with this, because, you know, the problem is, guys, is that when you run into a fake with StockX and you know blatantly it's a fake, say you use check, and even check says that they fell, even if you prove your case to StockX showing that they are fake and a reasonable person would say, you know what, I agree with you, I see your proof, they still don't do anything for you. At this point, their buyer promise protection or policy or whatever it is, it's all BS, because even if you fill out that form is just there for legal reasons. It's not there to actually help you, because no matter what you say, they're going to tell you that this item passed through their authentication center, and they're going to give you the answer that they double check with their authenticators, and that their authenticators still view this as a authentic item, which really only gives you one option, which is a chargeback. And if you charge back, they ban your account. You can't win. I mean, you really can't at this point. So StockX, guys, I mean, you got to be very, very careful at this point. I mean, StockX, hit or miss, 50-50 shot, whether you get a good item or a bad. Anyways, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video. I just really wanted to get that StockX part out there, because this is just something I was able to observe firsthand, really actually watching a fake pass through their authentication center. And I just can't believe it. Like, it just makes me think, like, damn, like, I need to stop buying from StockX. I've moved a lot of my business over to GOAT. You pay a little more on GOAT, but at the same time, if you can guarantee yourself authenticity, obviously it's worth it. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.